Hi everyone, my name is Yasmin Abdelhak Barker. I'm a family law attorney at Eskew Law, and I'd like to talk with you all today briefly about paternity affidavits. This is something that you may have seen yourself, this sort of document. You may have signed one yourself, or you might know someone who has signed a paternity affidavit. So I'd like to share with you what that means and what is the lasting legal impact of that document. In Indiana, as we've shared in a prior video, there are two ways of establishing paternity, which needs to be done when the parents were not married at the time of conception or birth of the child. It's an extra step that needs to be asserted or determined in order to establish the legal relationship between father and child. One of the ways that this can be done is by the execution of a paternity affidavit. And this is typically a document that is brought to the parents at the hospital following the birth. And I'm sure that every hospital has different kinds of procedures, but generally it's about the same. You'll want to make sure that you understand what a paternity affidavit means and what are the legal consequences of signing the affidavit before you sign it. Oftentimes, people are in the post-baby bliss bubble, and they're not thinking very clearly, and there's a lot of emotions running high, and it's just been a grueling long couple of days, and now you have this beautiful child that's here, and you might not be thinking about what the document entails. So what does it entail? Both parents sign the document, and it is something that is signed completely voluntarily. There should be no threat of coercion or duress or being forced into signing this document. It is something that you elect to do yourself. And you'll probably see some advisements on the document, typically at the bottom of the page, but all throughout the document, advising what are the effects of this legal document. It's always a good idea to talk with an attorney before you sign the document. So it might be something that you might want to start preparing if you or your co-parent is expecting. So if you sign this document, if both mother and father sign the document, that is one of the ways to establish paternity in Indiana. And it's very difficult and a very narrow path to rescind the document, which means take it back. And you can only do so within a certain time frame. It's typically 60 days after signing. So you'll want to make very, very sure if you sign it, essentially asserting under oath and in a legally binding document that you are father, or that you both agree that this man is father, making sure that you are certain that that is the case. And so it's something that if you have more questions about, or if you'd like to discuss further, I would really encourage you to do so prior to signing the document, not after. If you'd like to discuss this or any other family law related questions that you have, please give us a call. We'd be more than happy to talk with you about this or other issues.